Holy smokes, crypto fam! I just uncovered two absolutely mind-blowing stories that are about to flip the entire crypto narrative on its head. And if you're holding XRP, you need to hear this right now because what I'm about to share could be the catalyst that finally sends this thing parabolic. Goldrush here, and welcome back to Goldrush Crypto Daily, your home for the hottest crypto intel that the mainstream media won't tell you. Today we're diving deep into two explosive articles that reveal XRP's secret backdoor into Wall Street, and a shocking statement from Ripple's CEO that's going to change how you think about the entire crypto ecosystem. This is going to be high energy, packed with alpha, so smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start with this absolutely fascinating article from U.Today that just dropped, and guys, what Brad Garlinghouse just said is going to blow your mind. As you can see in this article, the Ripple CEO made a statement that's sending shockwaves through both the Bitcoin and XRP communities. According to this piece, Garlinghouse straight up said, "The Bitcoin community is not our enemy, they really are not. If they do well, we gonna do well. We might do better. It's not a zero-sum game." Now hold up, did the CEO of Ripple just say Bitcoin doing well helps XRP? This is huge! For years we've watched these two communities go at each other's throats like it's some kind of crypto civil war, but Garlinghouse is basically saying we're all on the same team here. But here's where it gets spicy, and this is why I love covering this stuff. The article reveals that tensions between Bitcoin maximalists and the XRP army have been escalating like crazy. Get this, Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lummis, who's basically Bitcoin's biggest cheerleader in Congress, canceled a meeting with Garlinghouse and he called her out publicly on May 19th. The drama doesn't stop there, folks. As you can see in this screenshot, Lummis got appointed as chair of the new Digital Assets Subcommittee, but the XRP community is going ballistic because they feel like she's ignoring everything except Bitcoin. And here's the kicker, they dug up tweets from her son-in-law calling XRP a centralized joke of a scam back in 2022. I mean, come on, can you imagine the family dinner conversations? Hey mom, can you pass the salt and also destroy XRP's credibility while you're at it? The pettiness is off the charts. But here's what really gets me fired up about Garlinghouse's statement. He's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. By saying Bitcoin's success helps XRP, he's positioning Ripple as the mature player in the room. Smart move. However, the article also mentions that Ripple caught heat for giving something called the Skull of Satoshi to a Bitcoin museum in Nashville. Bitcoin maximalists went crazy because they saw this as Ripple being anti-mining. And apparently Ripple was also lobbying against a Bitcoin-only strategic reserve in the US. Now, if you're subscribing to this channel, make sure you hit that notification bell because I break down these political crypto moves that could make or break your portfolio. But folks, that first article is just the appetizer. The main course is this absolutely explosive piece from Times Tabloid that reveals something so big, so game-changing, that I had to read it 3 times to believe it. This article titled, "Ripple Just Gave Wall Street Its XRP Backdoor," is about to explain why institutional money might already be quietly positioning for the next XRP supercycle. Let's take a look at this breakdown from investigative journalist Jungle Inc. According to this analysis, Ripple's recent acquisition of Hidden Road, and listen to this carefully because this is where it gets technical but stay with me, has just launched over-the-counter crypto swaps for US institutions. Now you might be thinking, Goldrush, what the heck does that mean for my XRP bag? Well, buckle up because this is where it gets absolutely insane. These are cash-settled swaps, which means, and this is the key point, there's no on-chain movement of cryptocurrency. Institutions can get exposure to digital assets without actually holding or transferring them directly. It's like they're betting on the price without ever touching the actual tokens. But here's the brilliant part that has me absolutely bullish. Hidden Road operates through a UK-regulated entity, which means they can engage US institutional clients without falling directly under the SEC's jurisdiction. Are you seeing the chess moves here? Ripple is literally building a regulatory moat around institutional access to XRP. The article points out that this regulatory design combined with Ripple's existing MyCA license in Europe and their FINRA-licensed US operations creates what they call a full-stack financial network across jurisdictions. That's not just crypto innovation, that's financial infrastructure that could rival traditional banking. And here's where Jungle Inc. drops the bombshell that made my jaw hit the floor. Quiet accumulation is now possible without moving the charts. Do you realize what this means? Institutions could be loading their bags with XRP exposure right now, and we wouldn't even see it in the price action. If you're enjoying this deep dive, do me a favor and share this video with anyone who needs to understand what's really happening behind the scenes in crypto. The mainstream media isn't covering this angle. Think about it. While retail traders are watching charts and getting emotional about daily price movements, institutions are playing a completely different game. They're building positions through these OTC swaps where they can accumulate massive exposure without affecting spot market prices. It's like watching a poker game where you can see everyone's cards except the biggest players at the table. The article emphasizes that these cash-settled instruments allow positions to be built quietly, well in advance of any public announcements. So by the time retail investors hear about major XRP adoption or listings, the smart money has already positioned themselves perfectly. Jungle Inc. concludes with a line that gives me absolute chills. Retail trades trends, institutions trade access, and Ripple just handed them the keys. Guys, this isn't just about XRP anymore. This is about the fundamental shift happening in how institutional money accesses cryptocurrency. While everyone's been arguing about Bitcoin versus XRP, Ripple has been quietly building the infrastructure that Wall Street actually wants to use. Let me connect these two stories for you because the timing is not coincidental. Garlinghouse is making peace with the Bitcoin community right as Ripple launches institutional infrastructure that could accommodate multiple cryptocurrencies. He's positioning XRP not as Bitcoin's enemy, but as the bridge between traditional finance and the entire crypto ecosystem. This regulatory arbitrage through Hidden Road's UK operations is genius-level strategic thinking. They're giving institutions exactly what they want: crypto exposure without the regulatory headaches, without the custody concerns, and without moving market prices while they accumulate. Before we wrap up, I need to remind everyone that this is not financial advice. I'm just a guy reading articles and sharing my excitement about the crypto space. Always do your own research and never invest more than you can afford to lose. But honestly, after reading these articles, I'm more bullish on the crypto space than I've been in months. Not just XRP, not just Bitcoin, but the entire ecosystem. We're watching institutional infrastructure get built in real time, and most people have no idea it's happening. If this analysis got you as fired up as I am, smash that like button, subscribe to Gold Rush Crypto Daily for more content like this, and drop a comment letting me know what you think about Ripple's institutional strategy. Are they playing four-dimensional chess, or is this just another crypto pipe dream? Also, if you want to dive deeper into institutional crypto adoption, check out my video from last week where I broke down BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF strategy, link in the description. Until next time, keep mining that crypto alpha, and remember, in this gold rush, information is the real treasure. Peace out, crypto